Good afternoon, everyone. My topic is process of organization and principles of organization. Process of organizations. It is organizing process that the function of gathering resources, establishing orderly use for such resources, and structuring tasks to fulfill organizational plans. It, it includes the determination of what tasks are to be done, how the tasks are to be grouped, who is going to be responsible to do this task, and who will make decisions about this task. Process of organization consists of the following. 1. Reviewing plans and objectives. The first steps for the management is to reflect on the organizational goals and objectives and its plans to achieve them so that proper activities can be determined. For example, if a high-class restaurant is to be open in an elite area, then the management must establish objectives and review these objectives so that these are consistent with the location of the restaurant and the type of customers to be served. 2. Determining activities. In these steps, managers prepare and analyze the activities needed to accomplish the objectives. In addition to general activities such as hiring, training, keeping records, and so on. There are specific activities which are unique to the type of business that an organization is in. For example, in the case of the restaurant, the two major activities or tasks are cooking food and serving customers. Classifying and grouping activities. Once the tasks have been determined, these tasks must be classified into manageable work units. This is usually done on the basis of similarity of activities. For example, in a manufacturing organization, the activities may be classified into production, marketing, finance, research, and development. Number 4, assigning work and resources. In this step, critical to organizing because the right person must be matched with the right job, and the person must be provided with the resources to accomplish the task assigned. For example, the management of the restaurant must determine as to who will take the orders and who will sit as well as clear the tables and what the relationship between these individuals will be. The last is evaluating result. In this final step, feedback about the outcomes would be determined as to how well the implemented organizational strategy is working. This feedback would also determine if any changes are necessary or desirable in the organizational setup. For example, in the case, in the case of the restaurant, complaints and suggestions from customers would assist the manager in making any necessary changes in the preparation of food, internal decor of the restaurant, or efficiency in service. My second topic is principle of organization. Principle of organization is organizing one of the major functions of management. It is a continuous process performed by managers of all levels. The success or failure of the organization depends upon sound and efficient organization structure. There are 14 basic principles of organization. In unity of objective goals, the goals of the organization influence the organization structure. Hence, the goals and objectives must be clearly defined for the entire organization, for each department, and even for its position in the organization structure. In specialization, the total task in a organization should be divided in such manner that every person is confined to a single job. This leads to be specialization, and individual employee repeatedly performing a specific single job become an expert in that job. Span of control. Span of control represents a numerical limit of subordinates to be supervised or controlled by a manager. There is a limit to the S number of subordinates that can be supervised effectively. However, the effective number of subordinates will vary depending upon the nature of job, competence of the manager, quality of subordinates, etc. Number 4, exception. Each manager should make all decisions within the limitation of delegate authority. However, exceptional complex matters should only be referred to a higher level for their decision. This will enable executive at higher level to devote time to more important and crucial issues. Scalar principle. This principle, sometimes known as the chain of command, it is a broken line of authority from the top level to the bottom on organization. This links all the managerial position from top to bottom. It makes clear about who will work under whom. The meaning of chain of command. The chain of command should be short and clear, which makes decision making and communicate more effective. 6. Unity of command. The principle of command suggests that an employee should have one and only one boss. Each subordinate should have only one superior whose command he was to obey. This principle based on the fact that an employee cannot effectively serve two managers. Direction from several superiors may result in confusion, chaos, conflict, and indiscipline. 7. Delegation of authority. Proper authority should be delegated at all levels of management. Without adequate delegation, effective performance is not possible. The authority delegate should be equal to responsibility so as to enable its manager to accomplish the task assigned to him. 8. Responsibility. According to this principle, the responsibility of all employees should be made clear. The superior should not be allowed to avoid subordinates. It means the superior should be held responsibility by delegating authority to his subordinates. It means the superiors be held responsibility for the act of his subordinates. The responsibility cannot be delegated under any circumstances. 9. Authority. Authority is the tool by which manager is able to accomplish the desired goals. Hence, the authority of each manager should be clearly defined and it should be equal to responsibility. In the absence of adequate authority, responsibility leads to frustration and ineffective performance. 10. Efficiency. The efficiency of an enterprise organization is measured through the ability of achieving the predetermined goals of minimum cost. The organization structure should enable accomplishment of organization goals efficiently. It should ensure optimum utilization of all resources. 11. Simplicity. The organizational structure should be simple with minimum numbers of levels so that each member can understand his duties and authority relationship. An organization with few levels is a simple organization. A large number of levels in organization means difficulty of communication and coordination. Flexibility. Number 12. The organization structure should be adaptable to changing environment and needs of the organization. For this organization should be flexible. It should permit expansion and replacement without dislocation and disruption of the basic design. 13. Balance. The principle of balance should be followed while designing the structure of the organization. There should be a reasonable balance in the size of various departments and between centralization and decentralization. Overemphasis of any types should be avoided. Balanced structure brings efficiency and economy to the operation of the organization. The last one is the unity of the direction activities. There should be one objectives and one plan for a group of activities having the same objectives. The organization structure should be designed in such a way that there should be one official or each group of the same activity. That's all. Thank you.